That's okay. Because every time you think it's right, you end up being wrong. Show everyone the t-shirts. This is the t-shirt design. T-shirt design is the same as the logo that you see on the beginning and end of every video. Alright, roof panel time. Boom! GoPro's charged up. Alright everyone, this is the next project on the Coupe. I'm gonna create a roof insert out of the old insert that I cut out of the roof. If anyone knows they've ever driven in any of these old cars, these things are hot boxes, especially in the summertime. And to be able to have a removable roof panel would just be an awesome option to have. So, piece of rosin paper, just cut it rough. A piece of chalk, and I'm gonna go around my outside edge and create a line. And then I'm just gonna transfer it over to my panel, cut it out. One of the things my 29 sedan came with was this roof material. This is a long grain roof material that would have been used on like a 28, 29 sedan. I don't know how it would look. I mean, I think it would look okay. So you can see here, this is my mark all the way around. I'm gonna take this, pull it off the car, cut it out with some scissors. Anyways, this is the panel I'm gonna use. I'm gonna remove, transfer over my paper and start cutting my paper out. I'm gonna weld on some bolts or some stanchions with some tabs or something that I can flip out with some wing nuts. Probably won't get it all done today, but I would at least want to get it cut down to shape and get it so I know it fits the opening in the roof, and then just work towards getting it finished. Luckily the work's already been done in regards to the shape of the roof, so I don't need to do that. And that's what I'm left with. You can see a light scribe mark. I mean, truthfully, I probably didn't even need to scribe it, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get any paint underneath the paper. I'll cut it in the red area and then fine tune it when I get ready to mount it on the roof of the car. And before I do that, I'll run some tape around the top edge of the car to make sure that the paint doesn't get damaged. Gonna put some tape on the filler for now to cover any sharp edges so I don't scratch the paint on the roof. this filler back on here. I'm gonna redo my template, my paper template that I made, and actually shrink it down probably about 1/8 of an inch in each direction. And I'll let me fine tune this, because what I want to do is be able to put some type of an edge around the outside edge of this. So I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that yet. And I'm sure I'm going to have to adjust the metal depending on what I decide to end up using. So yeah, we'll go from there. There we go. That's better. All right. I think that's pretty good. For my next trick, oh, looks like the mice got to it. Yeah, another hole. Pretty substantial crease in that. So I'd have to assume that this will flatten out given time. It's just been sitting in that box for a long time. That is essentially what it's going to look like. It'll be a little taller because this piece will be in here. I don't know which way it goes. Which is what it looked like when George Ryan built it in '62 and when Walter owned it after that. And it'll be removable. I'll make it removable. So, yeah, that's it. How's it going, everybody? It's Tuesday, and I'm in the garage. Had an early day of work today, a short day of work. Finished up a house early this morning and decided to go grab some metal stock to work on getting this filler panel fabricated and finished up. So I went to Lowe's just because it's convenient. This is, I think it's like 3/16 rod, just round bar, as you can see. What I'm trying to do is to create some integrity, a little bit of structure on this panel, not to mention give it a soft edge on the outside. Because remember, I am going to wrap this in that vinyl, and I don't want the sharp edge of the metal to rip or cut through the vinyl. So what I'm doing is I have my 3/16 inch rod here. I just put one section. This is a 4-foot section. I didn't want to end it on the bend, so I'm trying to end it closer to the straight edges. But I went around every like 3 inches or so, just tacked it. Just again to keep some integrity. I left a little bit of extra material. I'll do a little more on this side over here. About as far as I'm going to go with this as far as welding. said, even just doing that, it stiffened it up quite a bit. I think I might have added a little too much heat on these corners. I think they're pulled in, unfortunately. So what I'm trying to do, like I said, was create a little bit of a rounded edge around this outside edge so it wasn't so sharp. I don't want it to perforate the naugahyde. It's just sitting here. I don't have it lined up. It definitely did shrink a little bit. You can see it's got a little bit of a crown to it, but I think that'll go away once I weld on my threaded rod or the bolts. The front's not as bad. The back's a little worse. I'm going to figure out where these mounts got to go, get those welded on, get a couple of holes drilled, and then I can get my tabs fabricated. That's my center line. So probably 8 inches out from the center. 8. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. Some measurements. I got my bolts cut down, cut the heads off. I also cut these 2 pieces of flat stock. So these are going to be my front tabs. And these will bend down and weld flush to the roof like that. And this tab will slide underneath the header, and then I'll have my 4 mounting points. But what I'm finding is these little wing nuts, they're tapered. So as they thread in, as the threads go in, they get smaller, so they self-tighten, which is great when you want them to do that, but I don't want them to do that. I'm gonna have to cut these tacks, shorten the studs down, so as this is tightening and self-tightening on its own, it's gonna be right where I need it to be. I think I'm probably gonna have to cut about 1/4 of an inch off, maybe a touch more. So I'm gonna do that on both of those, and then get it set back in place and see where I'm at. Welded it like 1/8 of an inch too far back, which pushed the panel forwards. Oh, hot! If it fits. If everything lines up the way it should, then I should be able to start shaping up my front tabs. I did the wrong. I was thinking I was doing that side. Alright, that one's in. Alright, that's 3. That one's real hot, so I don't want to touch that wing nut. That is looking good! Ugh. I can't move very good. If you've ever noticed in my videos, I tend to limp a lot, and I can't really lift my leg up very good getting in and out of this car. So the last car I should own is a channeled hot rod, but So it was about 1/4 of an inch off. So clean this weld up real quick, and then one more time. Probably open up the holes a little bit that are in the channel where it comes through. Where is this hole? There it is. Is that it? Yeah. But I think it looks pretty good. It's good for an old hot rod. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's got a nice clean look to it. Again, this will be pushed down when I get my tab built. So, but for the rest of it, I think I'm pretty happy with it. This is my stock that I'm going to use for the tab. All right, well, I was going to use a paper template, but I think what I'm just going to do is try to make it out of a piece of round rod. So, all right, so I think I'm just gonna bend it in the vise. I want to clean it up first before I do that. It's easier to clean metal when it's flat than it is when it's all bent. Try to bend these at the same time so I know they're even. That would be the smart way to do it. Alright, so we're going to keep going. A little more. That's good. See, I got my angle matched for the most part right there. I mean, I can fine tune it afterwards, but that's close. Alright, so is that how I want to do it? I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. I mean, it is, but I'm going to see if I can bend these on my brake. I think the steel's a little too thick to bend on the brake, but I'm going to try it. I could probably put some heat on it. Yeah, one at a time's doing it. Not too bad. Yep, that did it. You hate to put too much pressure on these. Alright, so I got these bent right in the way they should be. Really close. Which again, I can use my template. I actually bent it a little smaller, which is actually fine because I want to take the bottom edge that goes underneath the roof, and I actually want to bend it down so it slides in and then adds pressure as it goes in. So I want to like almost curl it down right at the end. I'm going to clean it up and round it anyways, but because I don't want any jagged edges on them. So I'm going to bend these a little real quick. Just do that over the back edge of the vise. Nope. Maybe not. A little too thick to bend holding it by hand, so it's going to be an easier way here. That's what I'm trying to do. Everything's falling. Perfect. Got these bent like that. I'm gonna clean these up a little bit with the flap disc on my little grinder, and then get them welded to the panel. So I don't know exactly where I should put them, if there's a better or worse place to put them. I gotta make sure I have enough room to slide the panel out. Good ground, that's the problem. And there you have it. That's how I'm going to build my roof panel. So I got to finish weld these tabs onto the panel and clean it all up and get it ready to put the material over it. I like it, and it's not very invasive to the car, which is always nice. You know, I could remove the panel and drive around, and essentially doesn't look any different except for 4 holes that I drilled. All right, I'm gonna finish weld this up, clean up some things, and then get ready to do the naugahyde. Afraid it was going to pull it down a little, and it did. It's not too bad, and I think with the foam on there, it will not be as obvious. See how it goes on. From welding them, they kind of closed in a little bit, but it goes in with a little glove tap. At least the driver's side did. But it's definitely not going to lift up on the front. I think I'm just going to bend those tabs down just a smidge, so it should slide right on a lot easier. I don't want to fight it every time. I don't want to be fighting it. That's okay though. All in all, it's going pretty much exactly how I had planned it, so a couple little small adjustments and we'll be good to go. I just want to bend this here. Alright, so how am I gonna bend that up without bending the sheet metal? There's always a way. It's just gotta come back. There we go. Just a little love tap. That's all. Cool. All right, well. Oh, that's why there's one of the nails. Ah, I hadn't seen that before. One of the nails from the roof. One of the little tacks was catching. Yeah, there's a few more of them in here. I'm gonna have to go around and remove those. I hadn't noticed some of them were sticking up. All right, well that's good to know. Yep, there you go. Slides right in now. Perfect. So now we're gonna clean it all up. Cool. Well, I am pleased with that. Like I said, I'm gonna get it cleaned up, get that primer off of there, get the foam mounted or adhered to it, that little foam piece that I made, and then maybe try to get the naugahyde on it. The naugahyde still has a pretty good wrinkle in it. I'm thinking about actually maybe going down to the fabric store and getting a new piece. It won't be the long grain, but it'll still be like a black naugahyde. So I just put it in front of the heater. I'm going to try to see if I can get this wrinkle to come out. It's pretty substantial wrinkle, and I'm afraid if I put it on the car, which I suppose I could take it off and redo it in the future if it doesn't lay out, but I suppose I could roll the car out in the sun too if I put it on there. I guess it'll probably shrink. I didn't think of that. It'll probably shrink too once the sun gets to it. I don't know. I'll leave it up in front of the heater for now. I'll get the foam maybe adhered to the metal for tonight, and then maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Pretty happy to be using this stuff. It's been sitting in a box. I almost brought it to Carlisle to sell. And in the back of my mind, I kind of had this planned. So I didn't bring it. I'm glad I didn't. So like I said a few minutes ago, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This is the front. Well, it is, but it's... No, I guess it's not shrunk. Yeah, no, it's good. Just because there's wrinkles in it. Alright. I'm going to get this primer and crap cleaned off of it. Try to give it some tooth. We clean it up with some acetone or something, and then start spraying my adhesive.
If you feel like making tacos while I'm gone, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
Or are you just going to be in the garage the whole night?
Alright, so I got it all sanded down, wiped down with cleaner. I don't know how good this adhesive is gonna work because it's not like it's like a commercial grade or anything, but you know how most things go. It says heavy duty, but who really knows how good it's gonna work? Indoor, outdoor, heavy duty bond, wood, metal, fabric, foam, blah blah blah. So I mean, the average spray adhesive typically works pretty good, so I figured I'm gonna give this a shot, and if it doesn't work, I'll peel it off and I'll either bring it to the upholstery lady and have her do it, or I'll order up some Landau glue, which is the glue that you use to do like a vinyl roof, like that what used to be back in like the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. So I guess it works. It's not working like it's supposed to, I'll tell you that. My plan was to just get the foam on here tonight and then let that sit. So that's what I'm going to try to do. There we go, it's working better now. Hey everyone, how's it going? Mike from This Old Hot Rods. Friday night, I'm out in the garage and I wanted to just do a quick follow-up. I was planning on having the roof insert 100% done so I could post up the video, but that didn't quite go as planned because I kind of shifted gears a little bit. And by that I mean that I ended up bringing the piece of naugahyde that I had to the upholstery shop and decided to have that insert pleated, which goes with the theme of the era I'm trying to build the car in. So late 50s, early 60s build, and that was definitely something common that would have been done back in the day. So that's the reason why the roof filler video isn't going to be done yet. But I at least wanted to post up this video so you saw the whole process of everything, you know, up until this point. I have the foam, let's see, I have the foam padding on here. I don't know if I'm going to end up needing the padding because to do the pleat, she has to add padding in order to create the puffiness of the pleats. So I may end up pulling this padding off, which is fine. If that's the case, because it may look a little too tall with this foam and the foam inside the pleats, then I'll take this off. But I'll put it on, I'll check it out, and if it's not too tall, then I'll leave it. I wanted to show some of the stickers that I had done. These things came out really cool. I'd say out of all of them, I'd say this one's the favorite. A guy on Instagram, his name is Jack. I think Jack Randall. He goes by Moto76Co. That is his Instagram profile. And he does just a ton of graphic design and logo work. And he's an old motocross rider, which I still ride. I am a motocross rider. I've been racing and riding most of my life. And this is another sticker he just threw together real quick with my buddy, who's the graphics guy. These are just a few of the stickers that I have. I have one other design in 2 different colors. So I just wanted to show those and then give you guys an idea of what the t-shirt looked like. Okay, it said in the last video, it's 20 bucks, $5 shipping. I'll throw in a couple of stickers with them. If anyone's interested in the t-shirt, I have medium to double extra large as of right now. Those are what I ordered. Thought those would be the most common sizes. This is the insert. It's ready to go. I'm still waiting on the girl who is doing the pleats on the naugahyde insert on the filler. I was hoping to have that back today so I could have finished this up and put that and added that into this video now, which is Sunday morning, but unfortunately I didn't hear from her today, so it's just not going to be included in the video. So what I'll have to do is just kind of add that onto the beginning of the next video, and I'm thinking that video is going to be the start of something pretty cool. That's going to be the beginning of the drivetrain video. If you guys are interested in any of the merchandise that I have, please reach out. Please let me know. Shoot me an email, thisoldhotrod@gmail.com. I have a Facebook page. It's This Old Hot Rod. It should come up pretty easily. Do a quick search. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.